Hey, loves. Welcome to Becoming P31 with your host, Jazzie Nicole. You guys, this podcast is all about becoming a Proverbs 31 woman, and I am more than grateful that you decided to embark on this journey with me as we work towards becoming the woman that God designed us to be. We're going to talk about the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. We may get a little messy, but all in the honor of God. And I'm just thankful that you guys are here. Stay tuned for today's episode. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, 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 and welcome back to Becoming P31 with your host, Jazzie Nicole. You guys, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Happy Tuesday, period. So I want to stop and check on you because I got to check on you. So let me ask you for real, like, how are you doing? How's your week been? Have you been reading your word? You been in your word, sis? Please say yes. Thank you. And if you haven't, hey, no condemnation. Today's the day. Get into your word, stink butt. Let's start reading. Okay. Me personally, my week has been pretty dope. It's been busy though, like super productive, in a good way. So busy in a good way. Because we can't complain about blessings when our hands are full, right? Like it's been a really good week. We actually, me and my daughters went to go see that movie, Wild Robot. And it's crazy how many people have not heard about that movie, but it's called Wild Robot. It is oddly enough about a robot who is placed in the wilderness and she has to adapt to being a parent. She has to figure out how to be a mom when she was never programmed to be that. And I feel like it resonated with me so well as a mother because there's literally no manual to this and you are literally just making it up and figuring it out as you go. It was good. You know what's crazy is my daughters are 10 and one is about to be 14. She's 13. She's about to be 14. And they teared up watching that movie. Like my 10-year-old cried, my 14-year-old cried. So it was definitely a good movie, heart wrenching, a movie that you're going to smile at and laugh at. So if you have not seen Wild Robot, this is no sponsorship, but you should definitely go check it out because it was good. It was real good. So for today's episode of Becoming P31, I'm actually excited because this is my first episode where it's going to feature a guest. Shut up. Yes, a guest on today's podcast. So actually, I was a guest on her podcast. Her name is London Britt, and she has a podcast that talks about God and women and faith and moving. And it is one of those situations where I'm just honestly grateful for the opportunity to talk to London. So also what's crazy, I feel like I'm keep saying crazy, but I actually met London off of TikTok. We have never met in person, but we FaceTimed and talked on the phone, via text and phone call and all the good stuff for a few weeks now, which is dope because there was a video that I posted on TikTok and she DM'd me and she was prayerful. She was prayerful about DMing me and she did, and I seen it and I had been reaching out to her, and it's one of those people. She lives in New York, I live in Indiana, and she's just so dope. Like she wears so many different hats. So she has her podcast, she's a full-time mom of two, she's a supervisor, she is a fashion designer. She does Bible studies on TikTok, and just meeting someone who is like-minded. It sucks that I'm not in New York because she's cool. It's one of the people that you meet her online or virtually, and you like, you know what, we would really click. Like, you cool, and she's like, you cool too. So I'm definitely grateful for that, and so I'm gonna be sharing that episode with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So, without further ado, here's a clip of that episode. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will talk to you next Tuesday on Becoming P31.
Hey guys, welcome to the GoGetHer Podcast. I'm your host, London Britt. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. As you can see, we have a special guest, and I cannot wait to just get into this amazing conversation with her that we have for you guys today. Before we get into it, I need you to do one thing though. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I know you see it. If you don't see it, look around, give you sound. Okay, you got it? Okay, good. Make sure you subscribe so that way you stay tuned with all of our latest videos and you stay up to date with your girl because, I just be having a lot going on in my world. And I'm just trying to be that girl, but for God. So if you can relate, make sure you hit the subscribe button. So today, guys, we have Miss Jazzie Nicole.
Yeah.
Funny story, I literally met her on TikTok. We are complete strangers. We do not know each other at all. I've never, ever, ever reached out to a stranger to be a guest on my podcast, but I prayed about it before I did it, and we are here. And I'm
dope.
just super, super excited. She, guys, she gonna tell you herself, but from what I've seen so far, what it's been about a month or two, maybe
I
a
think
month and a
so,
half.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, from what I've seen, her content is amazing. She's a beautiful
You're so
person,
sweet.
inside and out, such a beautiful spirit. Somebody who is truly, truly trying to reach women and help them grow their relationship with God. You can just see it. I don't even have to know you personally. I can see that through your content. I'm very intuitive. That's a gift that God has given me. And I know when it's something ain't right, people just trying to do it for the clout, or when they're truly trying to build the kingdom. And I definitely can say I'm grateful for you. You're doing the Proverbs challenge this month for October. We've been reading a chapter each day, and it's helped me so much. Like so much. I'm learning so much about gaining wisdom, shutting my mouth. The Lord knows. Woo, baby, I be want to go off on people.
Same.
But I'm only doing this because I came across your content and I said, that's an amazing challenge. Like, you know what? Let me join them. I was a few days behind, but I caught up.
Hey, you
But
did. You got it.
if it wasn't for you, I probably, because I honestly was in John and I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have got to Proverbs no time soon, honestly. But so I'm just grateful and I'm really excited for this conversation. But I'm gonna let you take the floor and introduce yourself, and then we'll get into the combo.
Well, first of all, thank you. That was so sweet, girl. You got me over here blushing. Oh my gosh.
It's so
Thank
silly.
you. So, my name is Jazzie Nicole. On Instagram, it's Jazzie Nicole 87. I run a TikTok called Mommy and Us, and honestly, this last year, God has really just been tugging on me. When I made a video in October that was talking about how God was like drawing me to read His Word, and shortly after that, actually in March of this year, God called me to quit and focus more on content creation, which was that job. I was there for 14 years. So leaving that job of 14 years as a single mother was scary, but I knew I was covered. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of going through this process and just trying to take every single step as God is calling me to do. And I'm watching Him transform my life, and I'm just grateful to be able to share my faith walk, because I'm not perfect, and I would never claim to be. But I'm just gracious to share that with other women who also love God or is interested in learning about God. And I feel like I kind of got a little unique way of the way I do it, because I feel like I'm pretty relatable with people these days, and I like that. So that's where I am. That's who I am. My podcast is Becoming P31. And not to go too far into detail about who I am and what I do, but it's crazy because Becoming P31 was actually an idea that God gave me while I was on the plane. I was headed back from New York. Literally, which is crazy. I was headed back from New York.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was on the plane, and I was reading my Bible, and God directed me to Proverbs 31 specifically, and He had me write down key points of what that woman looks like. And it was after the video that you've seen, the Bible that you've seen about Tamar, I was getting comments about starting a podcast, and God was like, "This is what I want you to do." So the idea of Becoming P31 was God driven, and I just really want to. I wanted people to understand that is a journey. That becoming, it is a process to become that Proverbs 31 woman that we all look for. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to see what God does with it.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you. I saw that video and I was like, nah, Shorty is fire. Like, first of all, you're beautiful, but you just, like you say, you have a uniqueness to your content. And that's what caught me, because when I tell you, I read that the same way. And I'm like, wow, I'm not alone. Like,
No.
people think like, oh, yeah. And guys, what we're referring to is Genesis chapter 37 or 38. I think
I
it's
think it's
38.
38 to 42, I want to say.
Yeah. When Tamar, I was judging sis. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
I was definitely judging sis. I was
Mhm.
like, now come on. Why would you set him up like that?
Why would you?
Why would
It
you
was
do that?
messy.
That was really messy.
It was messy. I was like,
Oh my
Tamar,
gosh.
not your
And-
father-in-law.
But she was
Girl,
like, now, I know you are not setting me up with your son. Like,
yeah,
I know you're not. I've been mourning.
yeah.
My time has passed. You have not
Mhm.
set me up with your son. So I'm going to do what I got to do.
Yes. And send
And
her
she
back
did
to
it.
her daddy. That's the crazy part. He sent her back to her father and said,
To
stay
her
there while I figure this
father.
out. Yes. Wow. That had to be a slap in the face. I just could only imagine how she could feel because at
Yeah.
that time, having children and being a wife, that is what women were.
Yeah.
That is their role.
Literally. Yeah.
Reproduce,
Yep.
to feed, cook, and eat. And it's like, gosh, that had
Yeah.
to be painful.
Yeah. Definitely. So I get
Mhm.
it. But I was definitely judging her. And
Yeah.
God checked me for sure. And he checked me
Yeah.
again when I saw your video. But it was just like, wow, somebody else thinks like me. Like I'm not alone. Because sometimes I feel like I'm not a Bible scholar. I'm still
Yeah.
learning the Bible.
Same.
And sometimes I'm like, when I'm reading it, how I'm perceiving it, am I the only one who thinks this way?
Right.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
feel like am I learning it weird? Am I taking this a weird way, or is this what you really
Yeah.
want? But
Yeah.
I feel like as my relationship grows and strengthens, he's giving me what I need from
There
it.
you go. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, it might be, you're taking it this way because this is what I need you to take from it. Like
Mhm.
when we pray, that's us talking to God, but I feel
Yeah.
like when I'm reading the word, that's him speaking back to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is
So
literally one of my favorite quotes. That is my
yeah.
favorite quote. I think it's
Yeah.
just so important. And you know, the deeper you get into your Bible, and even with this Proverbs 31 challenge where you're committed to every single day you're reading a verse,
Mhm.
you can hear God so loudly when you
Loud.
tune into his word and when you're reading it and when you're consistent and when you're faithful. And that relationship of us reading his word and interpreting it the way that he speaks to us is authentic. That's us living in
Yes.
authenticity with our Father, you know? I love it. I'm so here for it. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah.
So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the challenge. I'm grateful for what God is trying to tell me through
Yeah.
Proverbs, especially now, like I said on your video the other day, like now that I'm in this leadership role, like I definitely have to
Yes.
learn.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot say what you want to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You cannot just let it all out. You
Right.
can't do that. You have
Right.
to learn, first of all, you can't argue with fools.
Mm-hmm.
They might not get it, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's for me
Right.
to check them
Right.
in our personal time.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to
Yes.
be
Yeah.
quiet and listen. Listen to
Yes.
me and listen to the people who are talking to you, even though you might not understand everything, how they do, what they do, why they do it.
Mm-hmm.
But just, I got this. I got
Mm-hmm.
this. I try to be Mrs. Let me save everybody. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, you can't. You can't. It's just impossible. Do what I ask you to do and then leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm learning that. And definitely wisdom at this point, she's my best friend.
Yeah.
You might not know it, but she's my best friend right now.
Yes.
And I love it. I love it
Mhm.
because I definitely learned in Proverbs that without wisdom, without knowledge of the Lord and his word, truly and honestly, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Mhm.
Like, seriously, like, just, you know what? I'm going to save this because this is something I wanted to say with one of our topic questions. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it.
Okay. Okay.
I ain't going to get into it. I ain't going to get into it. But let's get into you, Miss Jazzie Nicole. So tell us how your walk with God started, when this
Sure.
journey began. How did you say, you know what, Lord, I'm giving it all to you. Do
Got
your
you.
thing with me, baby. Do your thing with me because, baby, my story is, yeah. But we can get into yours, right?
I feel like mine is gonna be long-winded, and I'm so sorry in advance. I'm gonna try to keep it short. I grew up in church. Um,
Okay.
my grandpa, like my mom didn't go to church, single mom,
Mhm.
but my grandpa came every morning to take us to the little church in the corner. You know,
Mhm.
old school Baptist church, but we in there for
Mhm.
hours, baby. They serving breakfast and lunch, okay? 'Cause you in
Okay.
there all day. And I was like, I was in church heavy. Like, did I have a relationship with God? Not necessarily. I was just there because my grandpa wanted me to be in the
Yeah.
church, in this, the kids choir, all this good stuff. And you know what's crazy is now that I look back and I think about it, I can tell you where my church hurt started. But I never really realized it. But so
Yeah.
it was like youth Sunday. Okay, so I'm in the front, and they had me. So my auntie, she was the announcement lady at church, right?
Mhm.
And so they had me in the front. They chose for me to be the announcement lady on youth Sunday. Now I've always had this weird personality where I'm always just super hyped.
Mhm.
I get to the
Mhm.
front, and I'm like, "Y'all, so on Thursday, we're gonna have an eat out, we're gonna be eating, we're gonna bring some plates, make sure you bring the paper plates and
Mhm.
I'm just talking to the congregation like that. And it gets to a point where the pastor, everybody's laughing in church. The pastor
Mhm.
says something like, "Go ahead, girl." I'm like, "Hold on, player. Let me do it." And when I said, I'm telling you, this old school church, and I called the pastor player. When I tell you everybody in that church got silent,
Oh,
I was like,
baby.
"Oh,
I can
let
only
me
imagine.
learn to close my mouth," and then I started being silent, and then I started kind of going through this thing where I praise God in my own way, but in my own silence,
Mhm.
and I was always really quiet. Even in church, I was really quiet. My grandpa passed, and I stayed away from church. I just didn't go back. As
So
I got older,
sorry.
well, thank you, I appreciate that. As I got older, God is always in the back of my mind. He was never a forefront until I had children, and I
Mhm.
realized, there was times as a single mother. I was with their father for 12 years, but when we separated, it was the hardest time of my life. I had just had my second child.
Yeah.
It was just me and them, and I didn't think that I could handle it.
Yeah.
And I contemplated taking my life, and thank God my mom was like, "Jazz, if you do this, who is gonna explain to your daughters who you are?" And that right there just it really allowed me to go a little stronger.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh, thank God for mom.
okay, thank God for mama, okay? And honestly, with on and off, I feel like my relationship with God was only when I needed something. I
Mhm.
knew he would pull through when I needed something, so when I bought my house, I was praying. 'Cause I knew in order to get that loan, in order to do this as a single mother, I needed God. But then after I got
Yeah.
the house, I got silent. And so it was reaching out to God when I needed him because I knew he would be there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and then, as of last year, it's just been a little different. And it wasn't anything that was like life changing that caused me to get closer to him. It was
Mhm.
just there's a tug. And it's almost
Yeah.
like, how in school you're
Mhm.
getting prepared. They're reading stories in class, and they're doing popcorn, and it's almost your turn to read your verse. So you practicing your chapter so you can read it out loud because you scared. If you read it out loud
Yeah.
when you're practicing, you gonna mess up, and
Mhm.
then your name is called, and now you have this burst of energy where you can do it and you can handle it. And I feel like this calling in October was my name being called by my father to be ready,
Oh,
and it was just so powerful. I could not ignore it anymore.
yeah.
And God was just showing out in my life. Nothing bad was happening. It was just He was calling me. And so that's the best way I could explain the tug that
Yeah.
happened recently. But that's my story. That's kind of how I got here.
I love that. How old were you when you called the pastor player?
Girl, I was in high school. I want to say I was a freshman. I was a freshman in high school. And when I tell you, I was like, whoop, let me shut up. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go sit back down. You can't do that in the old school church. The old
No.
school little houses on the corner.
Mm-mm.
Girl,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They
I
already
really don't
know
like
you
it.
can drop a pin. It was like, she did just
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly. Oh my goodness.
wow.
I'm embarrassed thinking about it.
I can only imagine how you felt though. Like
Yes.
immediately, I know you were like, "Ooh, oh no,
Yeah.
oh no," because
Yeah.
I'm that way too. Like just get so excited. It's like, girl,
Yes.
calm down. I can definitely relate, but that's why I asked how old you were, because if you were a little bit younger, they should have gave you a pass. Like,
Yeah.
she's an excited little girl, but you was a teenager, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But fast forward, this is how I talk about God now. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Same.
you know what I'm
Same.
saying? Like, this is my relationship with God now. Like,
Yeah.
and I love the authenticity, because that's who I was, and this is who I am, and God accepts me for who I am, and that's just another reminder of, even the people in church may not accept you for who you are, but does your Father.
Absolutely.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, God accepts me for who I am, and while it was, it, not gonna lie, it was the wrong choice of words for sure.
Yeah, of
The
course.
wrong choice
Yeah.
of words,
Definitely. Yeah.
but being that it was not meant to call him like a player, like, not saying
Mm-hmm.
just like,
Yeah.
hold on, cool cat, whatever they say
Yeah.
that way, I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah, but I love that you said that it silenced you, right? That
yes,
you probably were not comfortable like being yourself anymore.
yes,
But God knew, no, that's exactly who I need
yeah,
to share my light.
yes,
And it didn't
yeah,
happen obviously in that time frame, but look at what's happening now.
right,
You are
exactly,
literally using your voice,
mhm,
your uniqueness, your personality boldly
yeah,
on social media that reaches millions of people.
yeah,
So that moment from when it was just, I don't know if it was a small church or a big church, but it was just you in that moment. And you were like, no, this is me. Hold on,
yeah,
man. I got this. Obviously, like you said, it wasn't the right choice of words, but that was you.
yeah,
God knew, okay, I'm gonna let her go through this. I'm gonna let her learn this lesson, because sometimes we get in our own way and we got to suffer
right,
consequences. It's not
right,
always the enemy. He's like, I'm gonna let her learn her lesson with this, and she gonna see exactly why I created her to be like this, because she's
yes,
gonna share my word, and people are gonna relate to her. People are gonna gravitate to her. And he was probably calling and tugging on you for a while, but
it
because you
was,
said you were in and out with it, all right, God, I'm gonna pray for this. I know you gonna give me this. I know you're gonna show up. All right, I got it. I'm good. We good. We good. But what I'm learning is he's calling us, but we're
yeah,
just too far to hear it.
okay,
But
yes,
when somebody's whispering, because God to me, his voice is like a whisper. In order to hear somebody when they're whispering, you got to get closer.
you gotta lean in,
What you say? I
yeah,
didn't hear what. But if
yeah,
you back here, you don't know what he's saying.
exactly,
So he was calling you, but because you were all right, we good
yeah,
right now. I'm good. You didn't
yeah,
hear him. But in October, he said, no, I'm gonna make
mhm,
sure you hear me loud and clear.
oh
Okay,
yeah, oh yeah,
loud and clear.
yeah,
And you don't even know what's on the other side of that. You don't know
mhm,
how many people, the people that comment or reach out to you, yeah,
yeah,
but you don't know how many others are inspired by you, are motivated by you, but they're just not sharing it. They may
right,
not be the bold person like me that's just gonna DM a stranger, like, so you just don't know how much this tug is helping you
yeah,
and others.
yeah,
So I just want to say I'm proud of you.
thank you,
I'm grateful for you, because I'm one of those people that are inspired and motivated by you. But he created you as this unique individual for a reason. And I just want to say that to our listeners as well. Like, you may feel like, oh my gosh, like people think I'm weird, or, I'm the
mhm,
outcast, I'm the black sheep. That is okay. That
right,
is okay, because there is a lane for you.
right,
There are people who relate to you, and they will only know God because of you. You might
mhm,
be that seed that's planted in their life because they relate to you and your uniqueness.
oh
They may
yes,
be the black sheep of their family or their friend, like, so it's okay to be you, because he
mhm,
created you for that reason. Like,
mhm.
oh, I love that. I love your story.
Well,
I
thank
love
you,
that. Thank you for
thank
sharing
you.
that and being transparent. I'm so sorry about grandpa.
Well, thank you, I appreciate that.
He's proud of you.
Oh, don't make me cry.
He's proud of you.
Thank you so
He
much.
is.
That's
He
so
is.
sweet of
Oh,
you.
I love that. Well, I want to share. Well, before I share,
Yeah,
so this is a little bit different, guys,
mhm,
to my people who watch, my girlies, because usually when I have a guest, it's definitely a conversation vibe, but I usually don't ask any questions, but I'm going to be answering questions too. And she's going to have some questions for me too, guys. So we're going to be diving in a little deep here. So with me, we're in 2024.
mhm,
I always knew of God, But in 2022 is when I developed a relationship with God.
Mhm.
Now, what year was this? 2007. I was 16. I did not want to be here.
Mhm.
I was suicidal. I was depressed. Sweet 16, it was not sweet for me. Like, yeah, I watched the show, but it wasn't Sweet 16 for me.
Mhm.
I did not want to be here anymore. I used to ask my parents, why did you guys have me? I used to
Oh.
question God every day. Why did you put me here on this earth? I don't want to be here. I just don't, I'm ready to go. I'm ready
Mhm.
to go. Every day I would wake up, I would be mad, Jazzie,
Wow.
like upset. And this is how I would talk to God, like, you woke me up again. Like I said, I don't want to be here, like
Wow.
frustrated. Um, my parents were both in my home. I did not have the best relationship with my dad. We're great
Mhm.
now, though. Great now. We've come a long
Mhm.
way, but I did not have the best relationship with him. And obviously, if the problem is in the home and you're seeing it constantly every day,
Yeah.
that's a battle that you're facing every single day.
Mhm.
Also, I was not confident. I didn't like how I looked. When I looked in the mirror, I got upset. I always felt like I didn't belong. I always felt like that black sheep, like at school, friends. I always felt very different and weird. I love colors. You can see I have on mad colors.
Yes.
In elementary school, they used to make fun of me for always wearing so
Mm.
many colors. Like, girl, why you got on so many colors? And I just be like, because this is me. Like,
Okay. Yes, and it's
it's me. But I would have that attitude with them. But then at
yeah.
home, I'd be like, oh my gosh, am I weird for wearing all these? Like, like constantly
Yeah.
questioning myself. So I just was like, I'm over it. By 16, I was like, I'm over it. Nobody understands me. I don't understand myself. I don't want to be here. Ready to go. And then I think it was about 6 months. And then that 7th month, I was kind of like ready, like definitely ready.
Mm.
And I wrote on Facebook. It was Facebook was lit at the time. I wrote on Facebook, I don't want to be here anymore, right?
Mm.
And this stranger, don't know the girl from a hole in the wall, she wrote me and she was like, whatever you're thinking of doing, please don't do it because I love, love, love you so much. You
Wow.
inspire me so much. And please, if you go, I'm going to.
Well,
When I tell you that was a nothing but God,
yes.
I don't know the girl. Don't go to school with her. Because, Facebook is your Facebook friends. People you go to school.
Yeah.
Don't go to school with her. Did not know her. Why did this girl out of the blue just write me
Mhm.
saying what she said? I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, is this you guys? Because who else could this be?
Mhm.
So that was the turning point for me where I'm like, okay, maybe I should say.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a reason why you have me here. Maybe there is a reason why you keep waking me up every morning.
Mhm.
And that girl don't know that she saved my life.
Oh.
She doesn't know that she saved my life because I just wrote her back and I was just kind of like vague, like, okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Vague. Wasn't
Yeah.
really going into what I was feeling, but she saved my life because,
Wow.
yeah, I was definitely at that point where I was just like over it, over everything. But God knew that I would be here today doing this.
Yeah.
God
Yes.
knew I would be able to share with women who are depressed or
Yes.
suicidal. I would be able to relate to them because it's different where you're giving somebody advice on something, but you've never been through it. But if you've
Mm.
been through it, oh,
Mm.
girl, I know that dark cloud that's over you. I can
Yes.
speak life into women who are going through that or who've been through that because God had me in that
Yes.
for a reason, So everything makes sense. Things that I went through
Goodness.
definitely make sense now. But in that moment, I was just like,
Yeah.
I shut from the world. I shut from him, whatever, anything. I just was over it. But that's when I learned, I said, okay, let me try to pray to you. Let me try to talk to you. Let me try to
Yes.
tell you what I'm going through. Let's see if you can help me. Like me
Yeah.
putting him to the test. Let's see if you
Yeah.
can help me. And even he's so good because even in that, even in me saying, God, why are you waking me up? Me putting him to the test, he still gave me grace.
Mhm.
He still gave me grace and he still allowed me to fall and get up and come to him every single time. Every single time. I don't know if you have any friends that you could constantly say sorry to and make mistakes and they forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't got no friends like that. My daughter. Come, you want to say hi? Come, I'll let her say hi to you there. Yes. Say hi.
Beautiful. Ooh, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. I'm done, okay? I'm almost done, okay? I want you. I know you want me. Okay.
She's so gorgeous.
Thank you. Okay, you can go in your bed after. Go ahead, Mama. Okay, I'm so sorry. Oh,
Oh, you okay?
okay.
Oh,
She don't have to open the door.
she got the keys.
Right. And also, too, if I did that, there would be no river or no ocean.
Dang.
There would be no river and no ocean. So God, if you only knew the
Yes.
plans God has for you, there would be no ocean, no river, no Go Get Her podcast, like none of this. But
You know what's
he
crazy?
knew.
The
He did.
comment that inspired you at your lowest was your calling. Because even her saying, no, I love you, I inspire you, and your calling right now in this season is to keep inspiring other women. So the comment that saves you is
Yeah.
part of your purpose. That is so amazing.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
crazy.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And then kind of sort of like you, he was hugging on me and I was like all my
Yeah,
life people have come to me for advice and things like
yeah.
that. And I'm just like, God, why people always telling me business?
I don't know, but do this 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Right. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
But in 2022, I
Mhm.
had a vision that was mind blowing. So I was in church. I no longer attend that church anymore, but I
Mhm.
was in church and I was on an elevator and the elevator was going really, really slow. And
Yeah.
on each floor, a girl would come in. Each floor, a girl would come in. So the elevator's getting full now. I get to the top floor and there's one girl and she's like, oh, it's not enough room for me. And I was like, girl, bye. Come in this elevator. There's enough room for everybody. You come on and you get in. And then she got in and the elevator just shot up. And that was it.
Dang.
So I said, okay, God, I hear you
Yeah.
loud and clear.
Mhm.
He's like, this is
Mhm.
not just about you.
Yeah.
There are women that I have assigned to you,
Yeah.
and you are going to be yourself,
Yes.
and you are going to shine my light, and you are going to take them on this journey with you, and you're going to help them along their journey, and you're going to build my kingdom.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that was the day I will never forget it. I went up to the front. At the time, my pastor was like, you good? Like, why are you in here? And I was like, I just want to let you know and everybody know I'm giving God my yes.
Yes.
And that was in 2022. River was probably 3 months. So like right
Mhm.
after River. And ever since then, it's just been full throttle, but it's been difficult.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say it's been easy. It has been
Yeah.
far from it. Far from it.
Yeah.
The enemy has definitely been on my back ever since that day when I said yes. I give God
Mhm.
my yes. But I know that God, he's so much stronger than the enemy.
Yeah.
He's so much wiser than the enemy. The enemy is just jealous. He's like, dang, he got another one. I ain't got her no more. I used to
Mhm.
have a stronghold daughter. I don't got her
Yep.
no more.
Yep.
Dang, God, you done took her from me. He mad.
Okay.
He mad.
Like,
And
can
he
you
been
give me
trying to
back?
get me back ever since. Right.
Hey, Dad, real quick. Can I take a drink?
Just real quick. Just real quick. But yeah, no, that's where we are now.
That
That's
is
where we are.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, like, what inspires you or gave you the courage to start like living out loud for God? Because
Mhm.
as we talked about, people go through their things in silence, not in silence,
Yeah.
in private.
Yeah.
They're on their journey, they're on their walk, they're doing their thing, battles, whatever, in private. We
Yeah.
are literally online on social media with it, podcasts, reaching people, social media, reaching people, and that is not easy.
No, it's
So
not.
what gives you the courage, or what even gave you the courage to even begin like
You know,
doing this?
I'm still fighting through it, and to be honest, because like I've not always. I had a platform for a long
Mhm,
time, like on Instagram. It was
mhm,
and it was mostly men, right? But it was a pretty decent following on
mhm,
Instagram, and I was nervous to start sharing God on that because they see me one way. I was never one of those females with sitting on the countertops or nothing like that,
mhm.
but I was nervous to start showing more of my love for God on there, I guess,
Yeah, yeah.
out of fear of losing followers. TikTok was more of a platform where I could honestly just be myself.
Mhm.
And
TikTok is definitely way more authentic
oh my gosh, yes,
and organic.
so much more, so much
Mhm,
more. You could really just be you, and people are gonna gravitate to who you are.
mhm.
Um, and I knew when he was calling on me to read more in October, and it's funny because I keep going back to that video that I posted. I'm like, listen, y'all, I got this women's study Bible, and God is like
Mhm.
pulling me to read this book. I'm like, I know, but the thing is I know it's not for me. Like that's the thing. I know
Yeah,
He's having me read, not for me. And I
yeah.
don't know if it's for my daughters or for somebody else. I'm gonna share it with you just in case. I gotta be obedient.
Mhm.
And so I guess it was one of those things where it's like it was it was exciting, but I knew it wasn't for me. And then when it came to like sharing Bible stories, I was honestly just like,
Right.
like I was honestly just excited to share that I was learning, and what I was learning. And as you start reading the Bible at a young age or even in our age now, sometimes you
Mhm.
read it and it's like, God, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, this King James version is like encrypted. Because what are you even trying to tell me? So when I finally start to understand the Bible stories that I was told as a kid, it gets
Mhm.
even more exciting.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess I was just more excited to share the good news, really, because the stories are just top tier. Okay,
Bible's
it got
really
some
a
good
page
stories in there.
turner.
Okay, it is. It is. It's good.
So good. So, so good. One day, oh my gosh, I think I started reading around 10. I
Uh-huh.
didn't finish almost 2:30. I said, "Oh my god, I gotta go pick up Ocean." Like I was so into it, like
Yes.
so into it. But you know what's
Yes.
crazy though?
Yeah.
That day is the day that I got the call to be called a supervisor.
Wow.
That's that day.
Wow.
And what I was reading, it all made sense. It all made sense.
Hey.
So he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have you deep, deep, deep in my word today
Oh
because
yeah.
there's something big coming and
You
you
need
don't
to know it's
even
him.
know.
You need to know it's him. He said,
You
read.
need to
You need to know.
know
Yes.
that it's me."
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he just
Congratulations, by the way.
thank
That
you.
is
Thank you
so
so
nice.
much.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
similar to you, but not so much he was telling me to quit to focus on content, but
Yeah.
he was just telling me there's more.
Yeah.
There's more. You're unhappy. You're very, very stressed. The coins is not making sense. I have
Mhm.
more for you. He just kept saying it's more, it's more, it's more. And I was so scared because like I have a whole family. Quit what?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
used to 2 incomes. Now it's gonna be one, like, you know?
Mhm.
So he was telling me for a while to leave, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't
I
find the
know.
courage to do it.
Yeah.
And then God uses frustration as an indicator to say, okay, hello,
Yeah.
you wasn't
It's
getting it.
time.
So I'm gonna get you so frustrated with this to the point
Yes.
where now you're gonna leave. So
Yes.
that's what happened. And I still left. Obviously, I didn't burn bridges because they called me back. You know, I put in my
You know?
3 weeks and I left on good terms. But he was just telling me there's more and I need more of you.
Mhm.
So in this 2 month span, our relationship has grown so much,
Oh yeah.
so much. And it has showed me that no matter if I have income every 2 weeks or I don't,
Mhm.
I only need to depend on you.
Yes. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I didn't need nothing in this season. We didn't go without anything. The kids were good. We were good. Like literally, he showed me all you need is me.
Mhm.
Trust me. in this, and I'm going to show you what is on the other side of this. But I need you to surrender. Stop trying to be in control of everything, because you are not in control. All that you think you are not. Let me be the driver. You go over there and be the cute passenger princess.
Okay.
And let me show you where I'm trying to take you.
Yes.
And I learned that in the season that all I need is him.
Yes.
All I need is him, and to just be faithful, even when it's uncomfortable, because this was an uncomfortable season. I've never been unemployed before. I'm like, okay, guys, so what are we doing?
Right.
Like,
What's next?
what's next? Like, I'm applying, I'm getting interviews. It seems like it's great, and then it's a big fat no. Like, okay,
Yes.
so
Oh my gosh.
what exactly would you like me to do here? You know? So
Mhm.
it was definitely uncomfortable. Being patient,
Yeah.
because he didn't answer me right away.
Right.
Being patient and just being faithful and just keeping my eyes on him. And literally, I say I was just walking on water.
Yeah.
Literally, like
Literally.
if you look down an inch, you're gonna drown. Keep your eyes on me every single day. Be consistent, not just the
Yeah.
Bible app word of the day. That's cute, but I need more.
Okay. Yes.
I need more.
Heavy on that's cute, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's
Let's
cute.
do a little
Okay,
deeper.
cool. That's cute, but I need more. I don't
Yeah.
know. Oh man, I don't know where in the Bible it says this. I forgot. I read it and I highlighted it, but I don't remember who said it. But he was pretty much, you might know, he was pretty much saying like, you guys are like, you're like very immature when it comes to like your relationship with God. Like pretty much like you're eating baby food, but God is ready to give you like you're drinking milk, but God is ready to give you food or solid food, like something like that, something to that nature. I don't remember who said it, but pretty much like he was like, you have kids, I have kids.
Yeah.
Okay, my baby girl, she's little. I'm trying to discipline her, but I'm not going to talk to her in such a yell tone because she does not
Right.
understand. All right,
Right.
baby girl, no, don't do that. Don't do that, mama. Don't do that, mama. Now she's a little older. She understands. She's aware. Mama, no, don't do that. No. Okay, now, River, no. I said no.
Okay.
God is like, you are growing and you're maturing spiritually. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to treat you like that little baby on breast milk anymore. I need you to eat solid food. I need you to grow up because
Yeah.
I have work for you. Work
Yeah.
is to be done. In order for you to do that work, I need more of you. I need more of your time. I need more of
Yes.
intimate time with you. Not
Yeah.
just do it to say you did it, but intimate time. Spend intimate time. So that way when you speak to me, I can speak back to you. And I need you to grow up
Yeah.
simply. And you always want to hear that. Discipline ain't fun.
No, it's not.
But he was like, I need you to grow up because
Yeah.
there's a lot that I have waiting and it's waiting on you.
Yeah. And you
You
need
feel
to be
like you're
ready
waiting
for
on
it.
me, but really I'm waiting on you. So yeah, it's
For me,
a lot.
that call for me is kind of like not. I don't take it like discipline when he tells me that. Like me personally, when he tells me that, I take like, but dang God, I got 7 things on my to do list. Now you added 8, but I allotted 10 minutes for me and you. Now you want 40? You know, like how you allot an hour for the gym, but you give God 45. Come on, girl.
Yes, I started thinking that way too, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But that, you see, it's even good in that because if it's a struggle, that means
Yeah.
we're growing.
Yes.
We're growing. Because before it'd be like, okay, whatever, this is it. I'm going about my business. Like,
Exactly.
like it wouldn't even feel like we wouldn't
You
feel
are so
convicted
right.
about it.
Yes.
But now that it's a struggle, he sees that and he's like, yep, I'm gonna keep pushing you. It's a struggle now, but it's not gonna be a struggle. Just
Yeah.
keep
You're
pushing.
more
Keep
mature
giving.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So good. We relate in so many ways. Isn't that crazy?
I know.
It's like
It's
so
fire.
great. Yeah, it really is. Really, really is. So since you said on social media, you had a following and everything that nature, and
Yeah.
you were kind of scared to like show like, okay, this is the turn that my life is taking,
For sure. Yeah.
Was it a moment where you said, okay, I don't really care how y'all feel anymore, I'm just gonna do this? Or is that still like a struggle for you?
It's not necessarily like I don't really care.
Mhm.
Um, A little bit of it was, but
Mhm.
most of it was like, I gotta share. My platform is bigger here. I need to make sure that I'm sharing his word or sharing
Mhm.
what I love and letting people know who I really am because
Mhm.
honestly, I don't want people following me who aren't about this journey.
Yeah.
So I think
Yes.
I lost about probably like 6,000 followers on Instagram since I started talking about God.
No.
I was at 230,000. I'm at
What?
225 now. But at the end of the day, it's like this
Wow.
is you want a community of people and you want people who are like-minded. And whether
Yeah.
that means you're following them or they're following you,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
where God is sending me now.
Yeah.
And I want to share every bit of that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Before, like I said, I was never like showing any body part. It was nothing like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
I've always been pretty reserved in the way that I represent myself because I've always looked at it like I never want my daughters to go online and see their
Yeah.
mother in a compromising position. You know, I want them to be still proud of the mother who I am online and offline. So I've never
Mhm.
been that type of woman, but I still got a majority of men follow me. So it's just been that and honestly, God is still making sure, especially with the Proverb Challenge, that I'm humbling myself. Listen,
Mhm.
if I have to lose people to gain you, baby, I'm ready. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Literally.
Take them, God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's just me following me, I know I'm gonna still follow you. So that's all that really matters. That's
Period.
where I want to leave it. You know?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That is so good. Oh my goodness. That is so
Yeah.
good. And I'm actually, as I told you, I'm on an Instagram fast right now. So it
Sure.
started out as this started in June. I haven't
Mhm.
had the app or anything, been on it, nothing since June.
Yeah.
It started out as okay, I'm spending too much time just scrolling, looking at stupidity.
Yeah. Sure.
When I have the opportunity to do that, I could be spending more time in my word, or I could
Yeah.
be doing something more productive, right? So it
Mhm.
started out as that. All right, clipping Instagram. Done.
Mhm.
As I started to grow closer to him, he showed me that it wasn't just that.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll show you yourself.
Mhm.
He'll show you yourself. He was like, "Yeah, that's cool, that's cute, that's what you think it is, but you care too much about the like.
Oh yeah.
You care too much about the attention, the recognition.
Mm.
You care too much about that.
Mhm.
Why?
Mhm. Yeah.
Why? Why do you care about that?"
Mhm.
So with me, I think that's why I'm still on TikTok. It's because I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
On Instagram, it's majority, not majority, obviously, but I know a lot of my followers.
Right.
So it's like I'm sharing the goodness of God.
Yes.
Why are y'all
Yes.
not responding to this? Why y'all not
Yes.
reacting to this? Why y'all not liking this? Why y'all not sharing this? And I'm
Yes.
taking it too personal.
Mhm.
And he's like, people scroll and see things that they're inspired and they may not like it, but it
Right.
touched them.
Right.
But it touched them. So they may
Right.
not be sharing it. You may feel personal about it because that's supposed to be your friend or that was your homegirl or you know what
Right.
the case may be. But don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Do what you're doing.
Yeah.
Share it. If it gets one like, great. If it gets 1,000, great. If it gets none, great. You're still
Right.
doing what you're supposed to do.
Mhm.
And he had to really sit me and check me with that. And I was like, yo, he's not lying. He never
Yes.
does. But
Yes.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it for that. I really was just like, I'm good off this. Like, yeah, I'm good off this. But he was like,
Mhm.
no, you are mad.
Mhm.
You are upset
Yeah.
because you think that because now you shifted your whole life. Not that I shifted my whole life because my content will always be like about motivational speaking and trying to inspire like and uplift people. That was always kind of my content. But
Yeah.
now it's more faith based. But it was like people will respond more to if I post a picture of me in my fit versus me talking about how God changed my life.
Understood.
And I'll be like, the math ain't mathing. Why I
Yeah.
care about my outfit more than how God, like,
Yeah.
so that definitely has been a thing for me. Now I don't know why I haven't gone back. I don't know if
Mhm.
it's because it's not a part of my routine no more. It's
Mhm.
really not. But I don't know. I just don't feel the urge to go back on there right now. I don't know. I'm still
Mhm.
figuring that out. But um I feel like that's been a challenge. That's definitely been a
Yeah.
challenge. Like, why don't people respond to you?
Mhm.
Why don't they
Oh, yeah.
respond to you through me, if that makes sense? Why
Yeah.
don't they respond to you through me? If I put up a picture of me, selfie, my fit, my kids, whatever, that does great. But me talking about you, it doesn't do good. And I was losing followers too.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just like, what is this about? So that's
Yeah.
definitely a challenge with me with social media. With TikTok, I just posted, I don't know nobody. Great. I
The
started a
hits
whole
and
book
hits.
club off of TikTok because I just
Yeah.
posted a video saying who wants to start a book club. Like, like I feel like TikTok is way more organic than Instagram.
Yes.
And I also feel like too, my algorithm was showing me a lot of people that I know
Right.
personally. I feel like they were posting content that wasn't truly them.
Mm-hmm.
And we all fall short of that
For
sometimes.
sure.
But I feel like, again, I was taking it personal because I'm like, that's not really you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not building the kingdom because you're not authentically being you. Like, you're
Yeah.
drawing people in and they see that post and you might get comments and likes and all of that. But then what if they reach out to you? That's not really you. So who are they reaching out to? The person that they see on camera or, like, so, and
Yeah.
then I would have those conversations with certain people and they would get offended. And maybe it was my delivery. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to
Sure.
say it's no fault in it, but it was just too much. And I'm just like, I'm just sick of Instagram. I'm just off
Understood.
of it, So that's my challenges as far as social media. I don't really have any challenges with TikTok.
Mhm.
But maybe you could share some advice with me when it comes to the Instagram thing.
Yeah. So the thing is those platforms are designed for us to get validation in a way from.
Mhm.
So you are trying to untrain your brain to think something's okay because we were trained on those apps to think the
Yeah.
more likes, the better I am.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it's planted into us because that's what
Mhm.
society shows us. So when you start receiving less dopamine from what you post, now you start to feel less valuable. But if you
Mhm.
kind of, again, I struggle with the same thing. I struggle with the same thing. If I post a picture, I might get 10K. If I post
Mhm.
a Bible thing, I might get 300. But at the end of the day, it reminds us that, listen, if God is calling us to do this, then whether we influence one person, two
Yeah.
people, 300 or 10,000, he still called
Yeah.
us to do this. And if we remember, and it goes back to, honestly, and Proverbs is really teaching me this, is humbling myself, that it's
Mhm.
well above me.
Yeah.
God called us into this like he did you on the elevator.
Yeah.
It's above you, baby. This is more than just you. I know
Yeah.
I know I'm impacting your life, but this is more than just you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So remembering that, allowing God to keep us humble in these seasons will allow us to not think so heavily on the validation piece. And honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's one thing that God is really working on me with because the comments that I get on my videos, like you're helping me, you're changing me. Oh God, don't give me no shout out. Listen, because I know my head
Yeah.
will blow up,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
God, keep me humble. Listen, that's not me, that's God. I'm so glad you're doing
Yeah.
this for connecting with him because I don't want you to think
So
any
good.
I can't take
Yeah.
any recognition from this.
Yep.
So remembering that, keeping God at the forefront of it, that's how it helps us as content creators and as people who are boldly sharing the word of God stay in his will and out of here.
Yeah.
Because you put me in
Yes.
here, baby, I'm gonna exalt myself. I don't want to
Yeah.
exalt Lance. I
Yeah.
want to exalt him. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
So
Yeah. That's
keep
so
doing
good.
you. Keep doing you. And then you got to think too, the algorithm is these platforms, Instagram specifically, is
Mhm.
designed to
Mhm.
highlight certain things. They want
Yeah.
to highlight outfits, heels,
Yeah.
shoes, whatever.
Yeah.
If you start incorporating those outfit photos with Bible verses
Mhm.
and, captions about the verse I read of the day, outfit of the day, and the
Mhm.
verse of the day, baby,
Yep.
it's going to hit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
Yep.
it's just strategically planting yourself in his will to allow his word to be spread whatever way it needs to be spread.
Oh,
So
so
just keep
good.
doing you. Just keep doing you. But if in this season you gain more peace by staying off of that platform, that is your calling right now. You know what I'm saying? So just keep
That's good.
following that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much. I never shared that with anybody.
Yeah.
I never shared that with anybody. I kept it to myself. Not that I was like keeping it a secret, but I just like never was in conversation or like bring.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah,
But it's a real thing though. It's a
yeah,
real thing. And
definitely.
kind of similar to what you were saying, kind of similar, but not so similar, but kind of similar. So there was this thing going on TikTok for a while. This girl, she made a video and she was saying, I think social media content creators, um, should not share their faith journeys publicly. They should keep that walk quiet. Because she was saying, like, do you know who Talitha Jane is on TikTok?
No.
Talitha Jane? No. She's this fashion blogger, and so she will always post like outfits. She's one of those get ready with me's where she would start getting ready in her panties and then put on the outfit. Platform really big. I'm talking 1 million followers, right?
Wow.
She started sharing her journey with God and started talking a little bit more about God. And then when people seen her doing things opposite of that, she got bashed for that. And so this video came out. I think that content creators and influencers should keep their walk quiet. And I think that for me personally, it's authentic. And whether or not her going back and forth in her journey, somebody opened up their Bible because Talitha Jane started talking about God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They might not stay following her
Yeah.
because of where she's going, but they maybe start following God. So I think that even those people who may not be showing authentically themselves online, and they may be showing bits and pieces about their walk with God, somebody's going to get closer to God because of them opening up their Bible online, you know?
That's true. That is true.
And I think if we remember that too, that might help us too. But I feel you 110% on the way that you feel with social media and Instagram specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm actually new to TikTok. I think I made my YouTube in April of last year. It's been a year, the podcast. I probably made the TikTok probably a few months after I made the YouTube. So I'm definitely very new to TikTok.
Sure.
But I just see the difference. I'm like, it's so much more organic than Instagram.
Yes.
Like, so much more organic. Yeah. I love it. I love it there. And I met you.
Yay,
But no, it's cool. TikTok is definitely a vibe. But yeah, you're right. I do feel like it's not time for me to go back yet. I just haven't feel the need to go back yet. So I'll go when God tells me to.
There you go.
Only God-led decisions.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 And that way you can make sure that the content that you post and the content that you see aligns with the path that you're walking on.
Yeah.
And have that level of peace. And like you said earlier, God will allow confusion into a situation you're not supposed to be in. He will allow you to be overwhelmed. And what he's telling you now is, I'm not ready for you yet to go in there. But when I'm ready, you gonna know.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. That's so good. Thank you so much. See?
You're welcome.
I love it here. I'm so silly. They know that. So this is actually one of your questions.
Sure.
You said, how are you trusting God and staying committed to the mission?
Yeah.
So I'll let you go first.
So it's so hard to explain this.
Yeah,
but I have to try to simply.
I was like,
ooh, that's deep. It is. But the level of peace I get from following God and not leaning on my own understanding. When I tell you, people ask me like, Jazz, you quit your job in March. What if God sends you into the office? Girl, I don't know. I'm gonna go into the office. I'm gonna find a cute outfit, look cute, but let's think about what we're eating for dinner tonight. How about that? You know, like it's a level of peace not having to worry about tomorrow or worry about your future. It's a level, and when I quit my job in March, I had actually started content creation, getting paid for it in like November or so. And when I quit it in March, I was like, God, okay, I'm gonna listen to you, And I looked at my bank account, and I no lie, I had enough money stored and saved to last me 6 months at least. And God has just been showing out. I know I'm covered. And so not questioning what he's going to do. I don't want to question what he has for me next. I want to question, am I doing this right now?
Right.
I want to question that. Is my step right now right? Am I in the right heart posture? Am I leaning on you? Am I saying the right things? I don't want to deter anyone away from you. I don't want to be so incorrect in my heart posture and what I say to your people that I steer someone away. I don't want to do that. And I think that is my focus now. And because that is my focus, because I'm looking up and I'm not looking forward, God is really correcting me and guiding my steps. So that peace that comes along with this, I don't want to leave this peace circle. This is cute.
Literally.
Because I don't want to leave this. It's keeping me in formation. It's keeping me in his path and in his grace. And I want to stay there. The scariest verses in the Bible, the ones to me where it talks about God left him, God was no longer with him. God left such and such.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that. So the more I stay right
Yeah.
here with God, I'm Gucci, you know? That's the best way to
Yeah.
explain it is the level of peace I get for following him. This is what keeps me here. This is what keeps me motivated and confident. And I'm confident in my Father, not myself. I know I
Mhm.
couldn't do this on my own. I'm confident.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
the best answer I got on that one.
I love, love, love that. That is so real.
Yeah.
And similar to you, like I said in this season, like when I
Yeah.
left, when I quit, I felt such a weight off my
Yes.
shoulders.
Yes.
And not even just work wise, but literally just in life. Like
Yeah.
and this is because I learned how to let go, trying to control everything. But I
Sure.
try to, all right, I got to do this with the kids. I got to show up for baby. I'm constantly showing up for everybody else.
Yeah.
I wasn't showing up for myself
Yeah.
and I wasn't showing up for him.
Right.
So I had this time to say, okay, no, this has got to stop. This has got to change. There has to be a shift.
Mm-hmm.
God, take over.
Yes.
Because I'm not figuring it out. I'm not
Yeah.
figuring it out. I need you to take over. And like you said, the peace, it's unexplainable. The
Yes.
amount of peace that I
Yes.
have when I have surrendered it all to him.
Yes.
I'm not anxious. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
waking up with headaches because I used to wake up with headaches thinking about my day, thinking
Yeah.
about everything. The day didn't even start yet. Why are you so anxious and stressed out,
Right.
girl?
Yeah.
No more headaches when I wake up. No more anxiousness. That anxiety used to, oh my goodness, it used to like just drive me nuts. I'm like, why do I feel so anxious throughout the day? And God is like, because you're trying to do everything by yourself and you're not leaning on me for nothing.
Right.
For nothing. So
Right.
now I have surrendered it to him and I'm trying to let go of control. Not saying that I'm completely there because I'm not. Still a work in progress. But definitely compared to the women last year,
9 days. Oh yeah.
totally different person. Totally different woman. And it's a piece that I can't explain. And it's like I'm leaning on him to be my comforter, my
Yeah.
provider. When I'm in pain, because I have back issues, I got hit by a car.
Oh gosh.
I
Sorry.
say to him, I'm already healed. Instead of versus last year, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. God, why am I in pain? I'm already healed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already here. Like my language has changed, my verbiage has changed, my faith has increased. Like it's just, why would I go back?
Yeah.
Now, no, yes, I'm not perfect. I'm gonna fall. But why would I go back to trying to do everything my own way when I kept getting
Right.
it my own way and going in
Right.
circles constantly, constantly, constantly? I came to a point where I'm like, I can't do this by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
just can't. I've been trying for years and I keep going in circles, confused, falling, stressed. I'm letting it go.
Yeah.
I'll try your way.
Yeah.
And ever since I've tried his way,
Yeah.
I've had a peace that surpasses full understanding. So
Yes.
that's what keeps me going. And that's
Yeah.
what keeps me pushing my content. And I pray over my content. I pray before I start recording.
Yeah.
I pray before I post anything. And I'm like, God, like I said when we prayed, if not one, if not many, at least one, because I know that we're relatable. I know there's people that are going through things just like us. I know there's
Right.
mothers out there who are overwhelmed with all the challenges of motherhood and showing up for yourself. You know, like it's just a lot. It's
It
a
is
lot
a
to balance, but it is possible with him. When we
yeah.
do it by ourselves, that's when we're overwhelmed because we're trying to do it by ourselves, but we're not alone. We're not
Mm-mm.
alone. Like he wants to help us. We can't raise these kids on our own.
Right. There's
We
no way.
cannot. We can't do it on our own. And I'd rather actually, I meant to write you. I was like, girl, I'm learning how to be a good mother from Proverbs.
Hey.
It was something that stood out to me right here. Look how I open right to it. God, Proverbs, which one is this? This is 23, I think. Yes, Proverbs 23, verse 13. Don't fail to discipline your children. The rod of punishment won't kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Physical discipline may well save them from death.
Mm-hmm.
My child, If your heart is wise, my own heart will rejoice. That
Whoa.
right there, if your heart is wise, I
Yeah.
will rejoice.
Yeah.
Because all I want to do is make him happy.
Okay.
All I want to do is make him proud.
Yes.
And sometimes I struggle with disciplining my kids because I used to get beatings. I don't like them.
No.
I didn't like them.
No.
And honestly and truly, it didn't help me. I still was bad. No, I wasn't bad, but I gave my parents some trouble, but the whoopings did not help me. So I'm trying to learn a different way to discipline them. Obviously,
Yes.
Ocean understands more than River. He's 5, she's 2. But trying to talk to him and get him to understand why this is not okay what you're doing. And
Yes.
being that my son has his own relationship with God, because girl, if I let you talk to him, I don't know if you've seen the video with me talking about why I don't celebrate Halloween anymore, and he was talking.
No, I
I'm gonna
didn't
send it to you. I'm gonna
Okay.
send it to you. But he has his own relationship with God. So now,
Lovely.
not trying to make him feel bad, but I want him to think. I'm like, Ocean, do you think Jesus would like that? He's like, I don't think so.
Oh,
So like just trying to get him to like think that way and not
yes.
necessarily like, don't do that, because he's
Yes.
5, he's gonna do it again. But
Yeah.
maybe when he thinks to do it again, he'll think a little bit like, oh wait, mommy said Jesus wouldn't like that. Like so like just trying to like learn different ways to discipline them. But
Yeah.
he's teaching me literally through Proverbs. And I highlighted that, I wrote it down, I wrote it on a stick.
Yes.
It's like, this is so good. But yeah, all the answers are in this good old book. I tell you that.
Literally.
Anything you're going through, the answers are in there. So like I said, I am not a Bible scholar. I was definitely a girl, read the scripture here,
Same.
jump around. Sorry. But God has been challenging me to read full in depth and understand,
Totally.
and understand who's talking in this.
Right.
Who's talking in this? What are they trying to say? What message are they trying to get out? So I'm definitely proud of myself for sure with that, because I'm learning a lot more.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'm engraving it on my heart, and I can speak to it. And like he said, the fools, they can't trick us because we got wisdom, baby. We got the
Period.
knowledge of
And
the
do.
word. So we ain't
And
got to
do.
argue with them. We
Right.
do not got to argue with them.
No.
Not at
No.
all. Because
It's
it
such
don't
a
make
good
no sense
reminder.
anyway.
No, it doesn't.
What's the point of giving somebody water if they ain't thirsty?
Okay.
So yeah, I'm proud of myself. But all glory goes to him for sure, because
Yeah.
if he didn't put it on my heart that he needed more,
Yeah.
I'll probably still be at where I am now, but as a scheduler, not the
Yeah.
scheduling supervisor.
Yes. Yes.
So it's important, guys. Even if it don't make sense, God has a plan.
Yes.
Even if it's going to be uncomfortable, even if you feel like, no, I can't do this because I got to support my family, I got to feed my family, he will make a way out of no way.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Yeah.
Out of no way. Like somebody randomly, I don't even know. Gosh, did I find out who it was? I don't remember, but somebody sent me a cash app of $100 randomly.
Dang.
I'm like, oh, okay, thank you, God. Thank you. I will not question it. I will not question it.
One question, but can I get tacos with this guy? William, I need $20. I need $20.
Literally, our Conrad bill, right? It was a little high last month. We paid half. I went to look because it's Friday. My partner was going to pay the rest. No balance.
Oh.
You think I'm calling Con Ed like, hey, there was a balance? No. Thank you, God.
Okay.
I don't know how, and I'm not questioning it. Like I said, when I surrendered, he said, I got you.
Yes.
I always had you. But now that you're closer, you can hear me. I got you. Don't worry about a thing. So honestly and truly, that's what keeps me pushing.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me committed, I'll say.
I love that.
Yeah, definitely. This is so good. We could talk for hours.
I know.
And guys, literally, this is like we've been communicating via text and TikTok. We never spoke on the phone, like no
Yeah.
FaceTime, nothing. Like this is literally our first interaction. So that just shows you there's people out there that connect with you.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
people out there that God wants you to connect with.
Yes.
Because I was definitely in a phase where I'm like, I don't want to meet nobody. I don't want to get to know nobody. Women are weird. Girls are weird. Like,
I know. I
definitely
know.
went through that phase. But God had to
Yeah.
show me, like, no, just the people that were in your circle were weird. No. Let me take that. But no, he really was like, you can't have that heart. And that's what the enemy wants. He wants us to have a
Yeah.
hardened heart because of
Yeah.
things that we went through, because of trauma. But God was like, that's why I prayed before I wrote you. But God was like, write her.
Yeah. There's something about
Yeah.
fellowship. And I think, I think there was one Proverbs verse that was talking about isolation, and it's not wise to isolate yourself. And
Mhm.
it's hard, even especially in our older age, with
Yeah.
connecting with other people
Yeah.
because we're so used to our own circle.
Mhm.
All of my friends, like I had this tight knit group, and
Mhm.
every single one of them decided to move different cities. I'm like, wait. So all y'all just gonna
Really?
leave me
You
here?
gonna leave me here?
Come get me, like. But God, He does require us for fellowship. We need fellowship. We need to be around people who are like minded, who also love God, who are seeking
Absolutely.
stronger relationship with Him because it only makes us stronger.
Yes.
That's it. It makes us
Yes.
stronger. So
Absolutely. And listen, on that elevator,
yeah,
he showed me you gonna be carrying a lot. You gonna be taking
yeah.
a lot of women with you. You gotta let go of that. I have one last question, last but
So,
not least, because it's a very
mhm.
powerful question. Do you feel like the younger Jazzie Nicole is proud of the woman that you are today?
I feel like the younger Jazzie Nicole is clapping her head off, right? I feel like she is so just enamored by the woman that I am becoming. And I know that there's so much more that God has for me. I
Yeah.
don't know what it looks like. I don't know where it is going, but I know that God has so much more. I can feel it,
Yeah.
And so I feel like she's like, keep going. It's a marathon, and we just keep growing
Yeah.
every day with God. And I'm grateful for that little girl who went through those things. I'm grateful for the
Yes.
seasons where she felt her lowest. I'm grateful for the seasons where she's seen her personality. I'm grateful for those things because there's no way that I could be who I am today if it wasn't
Yeah.
for that little girl.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think she is. I think she's very proud, and I think she's gonna see so much more.
Oh, so
Yeah.
much more.
Yeah. What about
It's
you?
literally only the beginning for you. I just want you to know.
Well, thank you
Like
too.
P31, I see conferences,
Yeah.
live podcasts, like, yeah, just keep going.
Does it at all scare you for it to know, like, that there's so much more for you? Does that scare you at
It
all?
does.
Yeah.
It does. But there is a saying, if it don't scare you, it ain't big enough.
Okay. True.
It ain't
True.
big enough, but it don't scare you, girl. Yeah, no, it definitely scares me for sure.
Yes.
But for me, yes, little Brittany, because my real name is Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
My real name is Brittany. I started going by London. I think it was 17. So shortly after, when I was, suicidal and depressed and stuff like that, I wanted to go by a new identity. Like I'm a new woman. I no longer want to be associated with Brittany because Brittany was depressed and sad, so that's what it was
Yeah.
then. But now I go by London Britt because I'm like, I can't forget about Brittany. All this
Yeah.
growth, all of this, I can't forget her and I can't try to erase her. I can't try to just leave her in the past. But I am both Brittany and London. So that's why I go by
Mhm.
London Britt.
I love it.
Yeah. But I think she's extremely proud. I think she's like, it all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely feel like she's like, it all makes sense. And she's in a phase where she's like, I can finally let go of the stronghold that I have over
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
where she's trying to still control things because of the
Mhm.
rage, because of the trauma, because of
Yeah.
things that little Brittany went through. I think she's finally like, you're becoming who God wants you to be. I can
Yes.
let go. I can
Yeah,
let
I don't
go.
have to protect you
I don't
anymore.
have to protect you anymore. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That
Because
is amazing.
I am letting go of her. I'm
Yeah.
letting go of that girl that wants to be in control, that wants
Yeah.
to have it all together. Whatever God wants to do, I always ask him, help my will align with what
Yeah.
you want for my life. Help me learn to love the things that you love,
Yes.
me hate the things that you hate.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I am becoming that, she's seeing that and she's like, I can let go. And like
Yeah.
literally. So I think she's definitely proud of who I am today.
I love that. That is
Yeah.
beautiful. That
Thank
is
you.
beautiful.
Thank
And it's so
you.
biblical because if you think about it, like different people in the Bible, their names were changed when they changed. And I just think that is amazing. It
Oh
is
my
amazing.
gosh. Oh my gosh. I journaled that when I was reading
Yes.
Genesis. I
Yeah.
was like, wait a minute, he done changed his name and what
Yes.
why is he changing? And I was like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
Brittany? Like it was
Yes.
just like
Why did you pick London? Why London?
because I always wanted to go there.
Oh, yeah. That's so
Yes,
cute.
I always wanted to go there. And you know what's
Yes.
crazy? My partner actually just went in August and I was
Oh,
so
that's
mad I
dope.
couldn't go, but it didn't work out with like the kids being out and stuff like that.
That's dope.
So he was able to go, but I'm like, we gotta go together next year. I've always wanted
That's
to go.
dope.
But yeah, I just randomly one day I was like, what should my new name be? I'm a new woman. New woman.
I
Girl,
love
you
it.
16, 17, sit down. But
No, stand up because she killed that. London Britt was
yeah,
adorable. She
yeah.
ate it up.
And you know what's crazy? Because in London they call people Brits.
Oh, really?
I just learned that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, wow. But yeah,
That's
London
pretty
Britt.
dope.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, this was so amazing. So
Yeah.
amazing. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for your
Mhm.
yes, for being a guest, but just thank you for your yes to everything that you're doing because it's so important for us to say yes to him. I can't
Okay.
emphasize that enough. Even though we're
Yeah.
scared, we're doubtful, we're fearful, there's so much greatness on the other side of our yes. It's a
Mhm.
battle, yes, because the enemy doesn't want that.
Right.
But it's so much greatness. There's so much peace, as we both spoke about. There's so much peace that comes with that. Just
Mhm.
to know that you're covered. He loves you no matter what. His love is not conditional.
Yes.
So it's not, okay, you was acting funny yesterday, Jazzie Nicole, so I
So
don't know. No.
yeah.
His
Yeah.
love
His grace
is
is sufficient.
unconditional,
Oh yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
So for anybody listening, just be you. Let God
Mhm.
show you why he created you the way you are and just continue to go after that woman that he created you to be because
Yeah.
it's worth it. Healing
Mhm.
is worth it. Self-love, it's worth it. Having that foundation of self-love and just knowing that God loves you for who you truly are.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Yes.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to leave off for our listeners?
Well, yeah, but I want to first thank you for reaching out. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure, even just being in contact with you on TikTok and on
Yeah.
Facebook, or not Facebook, on TikTok and on Messenger. Like it's been really, really nice. So thank you so much. I really
You're
appreciate it. And I love what you are
welcome.
doing on your platform for women. I
Thank
think it's beautiful.
you.
I love your style. It's fire. Hands down, fire. I want to go to the same thrift store and I want to find the same jacket. I want it.
Thank you so
But
much.
congratulations on your growth. Congratulations on everything that you're doing.
Thank
It is
you.
amazing and it's beautiful. And I'm just grateful that we connected. I think it's beautiful.
Yes. Me too. Me too. You're my buddy in my head. Like
Okay.
I was telling my boyfriend, I'm like, she didn't even know, but she's like my twin flame. Like
Let's do it. Oh,
so silly.
yeah.
He's so silly. But no, I feel like we're so similar. Like we have
Very
so
true.
many similarities and just how silly and quirky we are. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah. It was
And
fun.
I didn't even see all of this from your video. I just thought you were dope. The way you deliver things. I'm like, oh, she'll be a great guest. And then me writing you just showed me like, wow, there's somebody else that I can connect with that,
Yeah.
like she's going after the same thing I'm going after. We trying to build the
Mhm.
kingdom.
Oh,
And
yeah.
God take over in our lives. Like
Oh, yeah.
literally, like taking it one
Yeah.
day at a time.
For
Yeah.
sure.
This was such
Well,
a
I do
good
think it's
conversation.
amazing too. Yeah, and for the people who are listening, I think it's one of those things where, like, if God is tugging on you, at the end of the day, you can't run too long. That's just what it
Mhm.
is. You cannot run too long, and when you give God your yes, it's a game changer. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's amazing. It is all the words. It's so hard to describe how much
Yeah.
peace you get following your Father.
Mhm.
So keep leaning in, keep reading his word. The analogy that you provided earlier when you were saying like leaning into God, to me, that means talking to him. That means
Mhm.
actually spending time reading his word. And it's okay to start, with the verse of the day.
Yes, it
But at
is.
certain points, you're going to
Absolutely.
need to go from the cereal to the meat.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
you start really getting in there, you're going to hear God in so many different ways. It's
Yeah.
unexplainable, but that ride is beautiful. So I wish that for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just to piggyback off of that,
Hmm.
it is totally okay for the Bible app.
Yeah.
I wasn't shaming it at all because that's what
Yeah.
got me. That was the seed that was planted in
That
me.
was a seed, yes, because
That
it was
was the
always
seed.
confirmation. It was always confirmation.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you ever used to do I'm sorry, because I know we running short on time, but I
Well,
got one
you're
question.
fine.
Did you did you ever used to do those, daily horoscope emails where the horoscopes will come to you and you be trying to see if it fits your day or not? Like, did you used to do
Yes.
I
Yeah.
swear the verse of the day be hitting sometimes. I was like, "Okay, guys, this is a little too specific. This is a little too accurate. Wait a minute.
Too
Okay, let me read
accurate.
this.
You're
Let me read
way
this
too
chapter."
far in my business right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But
Yes.
that is how the seed got planted.
Yes,
And God
same.
is just saying, now I need more.
I need more.
I need more. So
Yes.
everybody will get there, and our journeys are all different.
Yes.
No journey is the same. No fingerprint is the same.
Yeah.
That's all different and unique for a reason. And
Yeah.
when you become confident in that,
Yeah.
ain't nobody tell you nothing.
Mhm.
Ain't nobody tell
Mhm.
you a thing, baby.
Yeah.
A thing. They
That's
try
the
to
word
question
he's
you.
getting.
You tell them,
Yeah.
I don't know that. You tell it to me and explain it to me.
Mhm.
Because I had people do that to me. Oh,
Yeah.
what did this say? What did this say? I don't know. I'm not a Bible
Mhm.
scholar, but you can share
Mhm.
it with me and you can teach me, and then I will go and talk to God about it and see what He wants me to know from that. Don't try to
Mhm.
question me. Question my heart if you want to question anything. Question my heart posture, but don't question me on if I memorize Bibles. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't know, but I think some people do. And sometimes they do it out of genuine concern. Sometimes they do it out of trying to
Don't do.
shun you. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, like you said, my heart posture,
Right.
that's what I'm working on. And there's people who ask me, they'll DM me and ask me stuff about the Bible, and I'm like, listen, I'm not a Bible scholar. I'm literally a girl trying to learn her word, baby, and
Yeah.
share it with y'all. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to learn it, but maybe we can figure it out together. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're 100% right. It is hard, and it's a good thing though, because people are looking at us as, examples and people that can lead us in Bible study or whatever. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
God is still operating in me, and it's a process that I'm steady always be willing and open to learn. It's the wisdom,
Yes.
it's the godly wisdom, and as
Yes.
long as I can seek it, I'm happy. So
Yes. I'm still
yeah,
learning it.
it's
I'm still
beautiful.
learning it.
Mhm.
He's right.
Mhm. Okay, same. Same.
But this was so good. Please again share your socials so that way they
Yes.
can follow you. Guys, please subscribe to her podcast. So good. Please make sure that you stay in tune with what she's got going on because there's so much more that God is about to do
I
with her.
love it.
Okay?
I love
Stay
it.
tuned because soon the tickets are going to be sold out to the conference and the little podcast.
Don't scare me. God, you didn't hear that just yet, did you?
Wait, 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 wait. It's so silly.
So the podcast, it's called Becoming P31, Becoming the Proverbs 31 Woman. My TikTok is Mommy and Us, where I post daily videos talking about the Proverbs book. And yeah, YouTube, Jazzie Nicole 87, and also same on Instagram. So thank you so much for having me today.
You're welcome. All right, guys. I will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.